Your goals require trade-offs, and that's okay. You need to understand that there's going to be times when you're going to have to take one thing that you enjoy doing or that you have a habit of doing, and you're going to have to sit down with yourself and be honest about whether you need to keep doing this thing or whether this thing is going to be conducive or is going to damage your ability to complete your goals. And there's going to be trade-offs you're going to need to make. You're picking one thing over the other. And this seems difficult, but when you think about it, every single decision you make is a trade-off. If you wake up in the morning and you decide to read a book, you're automatically trading off everything else that does not include reading that book. So you are trading off going for a walk. You're trading off getting on your phone. You're trading off eating breakfast immediately. So it's not that hard to think about. It's not that hard to actually understand. You just need to know and identify what things you're doing in your day-to-day life that are keeping you from your goals, and then go from there. Identify and trade them off for something that's helpful and beneficial. For example, today, I'm in Florida, drove down to Miami today, and I spent pretty much the whole day there. Went to the beach, went to the University of Miami campus, check it out, just for fun. I was with my girlfriend, and she showed me around. We went to Brickell, went to check out some restaurants. We did the cool stuff, and by the end of it, we were heading back to a home base at like 9:30 at night, and we hadn't gone to the gym yet. I hadn't done very much activity, and I was like, I could go home right now, and I could just go to sleep, wake up tomorrow, and act like nothing happened. Well, the burn inside of me that indicates how much I want my results and I want this goal to be achieved is leading me to be like, I would rather go work out late tonight and just do it because I know, one, it's going to feel good because I hadn't done anything all day. And two, it's going to help so much with my goal, with the specific goals that I have for myself. And I know I wouldn't regret it. The thing I'm trading off is going home and getting to bed sooner than later. I'm not really worried about that. I'm not really worried about that. And I want to explain why. Sleep is incredibly important. And every person needs to sleep different amounts in order to, take full advantage of their sleep schedule. And I found that I really don't need 8 hours of sleep every day. My window of good sleep is around 6.5 hours to 7.5 hours. So as long as I'm getting that, I know that I'm doing myself a favor of getting good sleep, getting good rest, recovering, and being ready to hit it hard the next day. Usually when I sleep longer than that, I actually feel more tired throughout the day. And that has some stuff to do with sleep cycles, and you're really only supposed to catch 2 sleep cycles a night. And if you wake up in the middle of a third sleep cycle, then your body's going to be all thrown off. And that has to do with, your energy levels throughout the day. So anyway, I'm not going to get into that. But sleep is not holding me back nearly as much as my importance of being consistent with my workouts. So I chose the workout, and it's fine. Tomorrow I have a 10-mile run. Hopefully I'll be running in the morning. If I can't make that work, then I'll go in the evening. Regardless, 10 miles is getting ran tomorrow. I probably won't be lifting tomorrow. There's no reason to if I'm exerting myself heavily with my cardiovascular training. So I'm not going to trip about that. Yeah. Can't overthink it. can't overthink the process. It's so much more simple than you think. So much more simple than you think. The results are on a much lower pedestal than you think. It's not extremely difficult to attain certain goals. What makes attaining your goals more difficult is putting the perception in your mind that a goal is hard to achieve. So because of that, it needs to feel hard. It's not the case. It's not the case at all. If you've been following my Instagram recently, you know that I'm just being active as normal. I'm on my training plan for running my marathon by the end of the year, and I'm weightlifting 5 to 6 times a week. I'm lifting heavy. I do about 100 minutes of exercise a day, cardio and weight training combined. And this week I have lost so much weight. And I've been trying to get myself to eat more food to compensate, because I don't actually want to lose the fat too quickly, because I know personally that will mess with my own mental game. And if for me, what it takes is, no, I need to make sure I'm only losing this amount per week. I'm not aiming for this amount, and if I lose more, okay. I am purposely aiming at the exact number, 1 to 1.25 pounds a week, because for me, that is what I know works. In the past, every time I've tried to, do 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds a week, whatever it is, it's always gotten to my head and has always kept me from persevering through 1, the tough times, 2, being consistent, and 3, being disciplined with my schedule. It's too much to handle. And that's my own experience. And you are going to have a different experience. And you have to find that out for yourself. One way to do it is trial and error. For me, it took like 2.5, 3 years of trial and error. An option for you is to actually do your research, try different things, and go be methodical about it, and learn what works best for you, and a timeline that's put together and is structured. Or you can hire a coach to test it for you and to guide you through the process, keep you accountable, and give you a bulletproof plan of how you're going to go from point A to point B. If you fill out the form in the link in my description, you'll be considered to work with me one-on-one, where I'll book a call with you and we'll talk about your biggest struggle, your biggest goal, and by the end of the call, I'll help you come up with a game plan of how you're going to get to achieving your goals. There's also a link in the description for my Instagram. Go check that out, where I have my daily life in there. My stories are super informative and full of my schedule that I do every day, and it gives you a sense of like how living my lifestyle has, 1, changed my life, and 2, made my life so much better and easier to do the normal things. But that's a topic for another video. Go do something hard. Go make a trade-off today.